All right, people, welcome back to Just Enjoy. This is Banyan here. Once again, to follow up on the quick announcement from last week, episodes are going to be every Wednesday from here on out. But today we have a very special guest here. I'm going to go ahead and introduce him, and he's going to let us know what's going on. How's it going, man?
How's it going, Banyan? Doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Right on, right
Absolute
on.
pleasure.
Yeah, so go ahead and tell the people who you are, what you do. And,
yeah, my name's BURD. Been DJing, producing for 3.5, almost 4 years now. Basically a COVID DJ, you know, that's how it all started. Yeah, I was born and raised in a small town, Phelan, California, about an hour up to 15 here.
Okay.
Southern California. Yeah, I moved to San Diego originally. I played baseball my whole life, so
Okay.
college brought me to San Diego. You know,
Right.
I met some friends, got in the business a little bit. You know, COVID hit, moved back home. I had bought a DJ board a little bit before COVID. I wanted to get into it a little bit. You know, I've always had the EDM love, you know, the house music love, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it was just been trying to figure out my path, my ways, you know, and so.
Right
yeah,
on.
it's the BURD wave,
What,
you know.
What college did you go to?
I was actually at San Diego Mesa. Originally, I went to San Francisco State out
Okay.
of high school, and then
Okay.
I just paid too much money. I played baseball in college, so.
Okay.
And they didn't offer me any scholarships to stay. I had good playing time, just couldn't stay there, and so bounced down to Mesa, and that's what brought me to San Diego. And
Sweet.
San Diego's hard to leave, man. So
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, it's
a beautiful place.
I've been going back and forth to LA recently, and I'm just like, every time I'm in LA, I'm like, I love the people up there, but I'm like, dude, I miss San Diego, man.
Yeah, I know,
like,
for
I
sure.
just want to go back. But
LA's, I don't know, it's cool, you know. There's a lot of history there, and
Yeah.
especially in the arts and music industry,
yeah,
you know. But
yeah.
it's just like it's kind of fallen off, you know.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like it's home, you know. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather just be in San Diego, and especially on the house wave San Diego has right now, man.
Yeah.
It's coming up for sure. It's
Yeah.
coming up slowly but surely. So it's a good time.
I was saying this last night because I was up there last night, and it's funny because I feel like everything up there is more underground.
For sure.
And then everything in San Diego is kind of, it feels more glam, you know?
No,
You think
100%, yeah.
You think it would kind of be the opposite because, you know.
No, yeah, especially being LA, you know,
Yeah.
and Hollywood and all that and all the popping it has. But I don't know. I feel like San Diego's taking over, man. I really do.
I know.
I feel like it's slowly but surely getting there, you know?
I think so. I'm feeling that, but we'll see though. We'll see how that
100%,
how that all works out. So what was kind of your first, so I know you said you kind of got into this with like COVID and everything, but what was kind of the first push to
so honestly it's kind of a long story. But I mean first like EDM music or house music I'd say I really like enjoyed is LMFAO, you know, Party Rock Anthem. Every day I'm shuffling, you know.
Right on.
I remember being in middle school, being at the lunch, everyone's shuffling, dancing, you know, and like that was like my first time. I was like this music's pretty cool, you know. Parents listen to country, you know, that's all I really grew up listening to until I got my first smartphone, you know, and then I can start to discover music really, you know.
Yeah.
I had like an iPod Nano or whatever you want to call it, you know, but I was just all my parents' music, you know. So I'd say like LMFAO was really like the start. I was like, all right, this music's cool, and of course Skrillex and all that, you know, and that kind of motivated me a little bit more. But I actually had a really good friend, and he basically took me to my first rave, you know, and he wanted to really do this stuff. And I'm not trying to make it sad or anything, but he passed away 2019, you know, and that was right before COVID hit. And then basically like that was the extra push to really like, I'm gonna do this thing, you know, like not just for myself but for him, because he was gonna do it, you know. He was very musically talented, you know, like this was his life, this is all he wanted to do. And so that was the extra push for me to like, all right, like this is not only for me but for my best friend at the time, you know, and like I want to do this, you know, like this is my motivation. And so that was kind of like the spark for me. And then after that, it just basically meeting more artists, listening to more artists, you know, going to more shows, you know, finding what I really liked. But I remember we were in 8th grade, and so my friend that put me on at the time, so we were 13 at the time, and we were doing a science project, and he showed me DJ Snake, It's You remix, you know, and so that song right there, that was like, that's when like house came to a thing, and like that's when I realized house is what I love, you know. I mean, I listen to the dubstep, I like it, I love the energy, you know, but house is what I like. And so
feel you there.
Yeah, for sure. House it's just a vibe always, you know. I mean, it's just a party, and it's a very universal language, you know. Like you can have so many different people from so many different places, you know, and like a lot of house music doesn't have words. I mean, of course some, you know, remixes, whatever, but like everyone's on the same vibe, you know. Even if I can't talk to you with my words, like we're talking to each other through just the vibes, you know. And like it's just one big love, one big community, you know. And it's just ever since then. And then once I got to college, my first year up at SF, I had a buddy, he introduced me to Will Clark, you know. And so I met Will Clark from Dirty Bird, and then yeah, so he showed me the song 8-Bit, and after that, it was just like, yeah, like I don't want to stop, you know. And so that was That was before I was even DJing, producing though, and he was producing a little bit, showing me a little bit of things, you know, and so it just kind of inched its way on, you know, like certain people I met, certain instances, and then it kind of just went from there, you know, and but it was cool. It was
Sweet.
Cool. Yeah.
House is very I feel like it's easy to get even for people that aren't into it because just that constant
the boots and cats.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You know? It's just it's a vibe, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's perfect. So, all right, I gotta ask the name.
BURD. All right. I played baseball my whole life. My freshman year of high school, I was a little kid still, 5'5", 100 pounds maybe, 110 pounds, and hadn't really grown up yet, so I'm a little squeaky voice. And in baseball, when balls hit in the air, you got to call for the ball, you know, so nobody else is running into each other, you know. And so all my teammates said when I call for the ball, so I was squawking like a bird, like ball, ball, ball. So all my baseball friends started calling me BURD, you know, just like a boys thing, you know, like And then like random kids would be coming up to me in high school, hey, what's up, BURD? And I'm like, who are you? You know, I guess my name's BURD now, you know. And then and then once I went to college, there was a few other Dylans like around and stuff, you know. So I was like, oh, just call me BURD, you know. And then BURD kind of just stuck. And then I didn't always spell it BURD, but it's BU because like be yourself, you know. And I feel like in today's society, you know, like there's a lot of filters, a lot of images, you know, and so it's BU.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to be something you're not. Like just be yourself, you know.
Sure.
So but that's where BURD came from. A lot of people think it's the hair, you know, but it's just my trademark, you know.
I was gonna ask the hair too, man. I love it.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, but
it's unique.
Some people don't always remember BURD, but they always remember the hair. So it comes in clutch for sure.
That's perfect.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But that's where the BURD came from.
You know, baseball. And sometimes it's like things just work out like that, and it's like
So I didn't really pick my name, you know. It kind of just was given to me, but it works.
The best.
You know? Yeah, it works. And so like a lot of people from my hometown, like nobody knows me as Dylan, which is my real name, you know. But, wow. Yeah, I'm just BURD now. So right on. It's cool. Yeah, like my family, BURD, you know. Well, everybody just calls me BURD.
Sweet.
Mama BURD. The BURD dad, you know. It's just it's just. Or the BURD family now.
BURD
basically.
clan,
exactly. I'll just live in the nest. Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, you know, because I was talking about that with Toe, just trying to come up with like names and stuff. It's so hard, man.
It is, yeah. And I mean, it's a brand, you know. You're trying to sell yourself, you know. You're trying to promote yourself, and that's the thing. Like you guys were saying too, like a lot of people are just using their real name now, you know. I mean, which some people got some cool names, you know, and it's not a bad thing at all. But I mean, it's just like. What's gonna really work for what you're trying to do, you know, like what you're trying to put out into the world, what you're trying to show people, you know. And so I mean, like I said, I didn't really choose, it kind of just came to me and I stuck with it, you know, and that's that.
Right on.
But yeah
Sweet. So when it comes to production, I know we got something.
We're working on something. Yeah.
So
cool. Shout out Angry Dog.
Yeah. So as far as producing, what kind of direction are you wanting to take with your production?
I mean, obviously, I want to get to the top. I mean, as every producer does, you know. But at this point, I'm still learning. You know, I'm just trying to figure it all out. You know, I mean, it's difficult. You know, I've never really been in tune with computers. I've never been the guy to just sit on a computer 8 hours a day type thing. You know, and like you were talking, you and Toe were talking about your creative processes, you know, and how you find inspiration. And like Toe was saying, he goes on his walks and stuff, you know, and then you were saying like you'll work on something and then you won't touch it for a week and then you might come back to it. And I'm kind of the same way as you know, like I'll usually start up a whip and then I'll probably get like 2.5-3 minutes into it, you know, just simple 1632s and stuff like that. And then what I do is I take that and I bounce it to my phone and then I literally just constantly listen to it.
I
like,
do the same thing,
like
man.
what do I hear, you know, like what needs to be in here, like I'll go on walks, I'll listen to it here, listen to it there, you know, like just trying to catch a vibe and see what I'm missing, you know. And so I literally just listen to all my projects basically on repeat and just try to instead of trying to figure it out in the moment, because I feel like when I'm just sitting there like, damn, like this needs something else, you know, and I'm just sitting there like hounding my head like, what does it need, you know, and then I kind of get stuck, you know, I get that creator's block. And so it's just like I try not to like try to rush the process, you know. I'm a big trust the process kind of guy, you know. Like if it's meant to be, it'll happen, you know, and like it'll get there, it'll feel itself out, you know. But it's hard for me to really sit there and just be like, all right, this is what it needs, you know, and this is it, you know. So
you need that outside kind of push to
that outside influence for sure, you know. And I feel like that's one of my biggest problems, you know, is just finding that motivation. I guess I mean it's not like I'm not motivated to do it. It's just working on a DAW is hard, man, you know, especially when you're not inclined in computers, you know, and like that's kind of, I mean, it's not a bad thing at all, but like all the biggest DJs in the world, biggest producers in the world, like they're honestly just like computer nerds, you know, like they're just really really good with the computer, you know. They've mastered a DAW with 3 million different buttons, you know, And it's just like, it comes with time, I feel like, you know, everything's a process, you know, and you just got to trust it. And like, I kind of try to compare my music career, I guess, to like my baseball career. You know, I played baseball for 17 years of my life, from 4 to 20, you know, or 16 years of my life. And so it's just like, I kind of feel like I'm still like almost in like T-ball, you know, like I'm in like kindergarten still with my production, you know, like I'm just working my way up, I'm learning, you know. And so, but I've been meeting a lot of cool guys, you know, you, Toe, Romy, Oofberg, I actually met Susie last night from Hood Politics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, so I'm just meeting those guys, you know, and they're giving me some information. And
cool.
Got a couple other homies. Shout out my boy Toast. Toast is helping me out a lot, and so he's getting me there, you know. Like, and I got some friends, and they're helping me, you know. And so I'm very thankful, you know. And like, that's another thing about the house community. I feel like everyone's there for each other, you know. Like, it's not like we're battling against each other, you know. Like, we all want to go up together, and I think that's beautiful, you know. Like, that's awesome. And so it's just it's a learning curve for me for sure, you know, and just getting myself to sit in front of a computer all day, like, it's hard. It's time, bro. It's just time. Yeah. So I mean, production's not easy, you know, and especially like mixing and mastering, which is after production, you know. You know, hertz and frequencies, and I'm learning, you know. So
definitely.
It's fun though, you know. It's cool to sit there and start with absolutely no noise, create a project, and you're like wow, like I did that. No one else has heard this yet, you know. I'm the only 2 ears that's really heard this track so far, you know. And so it's cool, and I'm enjoying it, man. It's a good time. It's a good time for sure. Yeah.
Once you find kind of your process and how you do things, then things will start to
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I've been trying to do. Like, that's what I guess my what's the word, like, what I'm trying to do now is like find my sound, you know, like what I'm really trying to bring to the table. You know, I really like the high energy, like tech house, you know, but like I also like the deep house, melodic house, you know, so it's just really what I'm trying to bring to the table, and production wise, and it's a process, you know. So I'm getting there slowly but surely, but it'll come. It'll come.
Yeah, you got the advantage from DJing, and then go. I feel like when you DJ first, you have more of an advantage because you kind of know what the crowd likes, and you know what 100%. Shows are, you know, because like when I was always producing, you know, since high school first.
Yeah, I was listening. You were producing rap hip hop beats before, right? Yeah, exactly.
So then I was always into EDM like all through high school and everything, but I really kind of got into the beat stuff from I was selling beats online, you know. It was just like an easy, like, I could just get in and start doing this, you know. But you know, I was always doing EDM stuff, like I said, but I didn't know what like the audience or the crowd like recepted to until 100%. Like, you know, I actually started like professionally doing it, and then I was like, oh, okay, now I know what I need to be producing. You know?
For sure.
A lot of trial and error at first, you know. So.
100%. But yeah, it's just like you said, with time, you know, you got those experiences, you got those opportunities, and it kind of gave you more influence for when you come back to the studio, you know. And but like, yes, I definitely think DJing first at least helped me have somewhat of a clue of what I was trying to bring into my production. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, I was a bedroom DJ by myself for a long time. You know, I would just sit on my bed, crisscross applesauce, throw my little DDJ 400 on my bed, and just sit there and mess around, you know, and see what I can do with it. And then like my first show, I guess, you know, or whatever you want to call it, like I literally just invited some friends over, set up my speakers in my living room, you know, and probably had 10, 20 friends come over, and that was my first time playing for people, you know. And then started just doing like house parties and stuff like that. I've done weddings, you know, stuff like that, and so. Just trying to keep myself busy. I do my high school dances that I went to, and so that's pretty cool, you know. And like it's just different crowds, different aspects. You know, it's kind of hard to play to 14-year-olds, especially like when we're playing clubs down here, and then you got to go play to kids who are 10 years younger than me, you know. And it's like, I don't even know what you guys listen to.
I know,
right? You guys can't go to raves, and I'm sure you're not into house music, you know. Basically just playing the TikTok bangers or whatever you want to call them, you know. Right? But yeah, it's just experience and with time, you know, like I said. But I mean, as BURD and what I want to bring to the table, like it's house, you know, like boots and cats for life. That's all I want to do. So
for sure.
But
sweet. So speaking of DJing, I want to talk about your last Nova set because, I hands down, like, I'm not just saying this, that was probably one of the best sets I've seen in a long time. Like,
wow, man, thank you.
I mean, it was just, I really feel like you knew what the audience wanted, and you just gave it, you know, you just brought it.
No, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to be direct support, that's for sure. But I mean, shout out the Insomniac crew and the guys at Nova, Steadicam, you know, for giving me the opportunity. And I basically just had to bring what I thought was right, you know, and
Now, was that your first time doing main stage?
That was my first time doing main stage.
Wow,
yeah,
okay.
it kind of just came out of nowhere, honestly, because I had played Terrace, I think 4 or 5 times prior to that, you know, and then I hadn't talked to Cam in a while or whatever, and then he just hit me up randomly. He's like, hey, man, like, we're looking for a direct support guy for this, da-da-da-da-da, like, can you submit a set? Like, they wanted commercial tech, you know, so basically, like, a lot of remixes, you know, just stuff people know type thing, you know,
For
and
sure.
so I was like, yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I like to play, I like to crate dig, you know, I'm a big SoundCloud guy, just swiping, you know, finding stuff that's got
fun.
12 likes, you know, and like, this is pretty good, you know, like, I like to find new people, you know, like, guys that are kind of like on my level, you know, and
For sure.
and so, but I was like, honestly, I'll have one of you by tomorrow, man, and then so I threw a mix together, and they liked it, and they booked me, and so most surreal night of my life for sure, you know, like that was once I moved to San Diego and I heard Insomniac was opening up a club. I was like, man, dude, I gotta play there, man. I gotta play there, you know, like one way or another, like I gotta get in there. And so, yeah, and it just came with time, you know, and so like that's
perfect. Yeah,
that's kind of, I just kind of go with the flow, and when opportunities present themselves, like take advantage of it, you know. And I'm a big believer in life won't put you in any situation you're not meant to handle. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you're ready and you're ready for that moment, you know. If the opportunity arises, you're ready. You just got to take advantage. You know, and, like, don't let yourself down. You know? Like,
it's all about that preparation and just being ready for that opportunity.
Oh yeah, exactly. But yeah, Nova was crazy, man. It was. I don't remember much. I was high on life at the time, you know. Like, it's just, but it was fun. It was a great time.
Whoever was on visuals was on it, because I know you probably didn't see because, you know, you're facing away from the screen, but. So, you know, you did the transition over and the screen was black, and then the build up came, and right at that first it was like da da da, and your name appeared on the screen, like right on the first drop.
That's so
and
sick. Yeah,
everybody lost. I'm like, oh dude, like whoever's up there doing that, man, that was like so perfectly
the lighting guy too, man. The lighting guy killed it. Yeah, but it was surreal. That's the one word I can use, is just surreal. But yeah, I mean, I hope to get back in there soon, you know. I mean, I know everyone's got to get their opportunities, takes time, whatever, you know, but yeah, just trying to expand too, you know. Like I played Nova, played Firehouse, Avenue, you know, but I'm trying to check them all off the list. But I mean, I'm not really, I don't have anything lined up right now, you know, but I feel like just kind of assigned to work on my production, you know. I feel like that's kind of like the next step for me, you know, because like when I first moved down here, like I said, like I just wanted to play Nova, you know, like that was my main goal, you know? And so like I kind of achieved that, and so I kind of feel like what's the next stepping stone for me, you know? And so I just feel like at this point it's just production. Like I got to start building fans in different area codes, you know, so I can get other places and start getting my name spread out, you know. So I feel like that's the next step for me, and I feel like that's why I don't have any bookings right now, is it's a sign from life telling me, work on your production. You know, you have this time, start producing, you know, like get on it. And so, yeah, like I said, production's my focus right now. It's a struggle, man. It's hard, you know, it's hard.
Well, and it's funny with even the booking thing, because you'll just have like periods of just dryness. There's just nothing. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, 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 and you have like 4 shows in the next 2 months.
Exactly, exactly.
That's what just happened to me. Like I was talking to Christian. I'm like, dude, we got nothing going on, man. And then all of a sudden I have like 3 shows. I'm like, it's just, it's just funny.
It's like lightning, you know. It's like a storm. Yeah, it's just it comes in waves, you know.
Yeah, for sure. But you know, once you start getting the production out there, you kind of it kind of separates you into like another like bracket, I would per se, you know, not like you're above 100%. Anybody or anything, but it shows that like you're more than just serious. A DJ. Exactly. Yeah. More opportunities arise, you know.
Definitely. I mean, that's what a lot of places are looking for, you know, is more so artists than DJs, you know. And I feel like if you can bring your own flavor to the table, you know, like stuff people haven't heard before, you know, like it definitely gives you an advantage, I say, or like a one-up, you know. But
that's a big part of the branding too.
Definitely, 100%.
Coming from like the band scene of San Diego, when, you know, I was kind of like my main thing, you know, everybody was like original, blah blah, and then you would have like the cover people, you know, where they would all do cover songs, and it's funny, it's kind of the same parallel where like, you know, these people, like, they're just doing cover songs and whatever, if you want to call it that. Then, you know, you got the people over here that are making it, and, you know, they both go hand in hand. But it's you know, the branding, like I said, really comes into play once 100%. You start getting your sound and your image, and people go, oh, you know, I know who BURD is. He does this, and this is his song, and blah blah blah.
But I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of artists too. You could hear the first 16 bars, you're like, oh, it's this guy.
Oh,
you know, like you just know, you know. But that's the thing about the scene right now too. Like all the biggest DJs in the world, probably like they're not really, I mean, they're DJs obviously, you know, but they're producers. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like there's not many guys that are out there right now that are DJs, you know? I mean, the only one I can really think of that I know blew up from DJing is probably like James Hype, you know? But he's even producing now. You know, so like, but I think his skills on the board is what really blew him up, you know, but then now his production is taking over, you know?
Well, he probably hit that level where, you know, somebody talked to him like, okay, dude, you need to get some stuff out there, you know, to create longevity.
For sure. But I mean, like, if we grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, it was completely different, you know? It was, how hard could you scratch, you know? Like how crazy can you go on vinyl, you know? Like, it was more of a DJ scene, you know? But, like, now I feel like it's a production scene, you know? I mean, of course, they can mix. Of course, their sets are pretty amazing, you know? But, like, it's definitely production. Like, that's what the big guys are looking for, you know, as an artist, you know? Well,
and especially there's, you know, this stuff is so accessible now. I feel like 5-10 years ago, it was, you know, you really had to have an in and knew a lot of people, and you know, you had to have the money to get the stuff. But now, you know, you could
technology is giving us opportunities, you know.
Show
you
up to Guitar Center, $200.
Done.
Here I am.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, so it's just with time, you know, like I said, it's just process, and like technology is giving these opportunities to be able to do this at home. You know, I mean, you got to spend a little pennies, but
for sure,
it is what it is. You know, if you want to do it, it's worth the investment. If you're committed, you know, like Toe was saying, you know, once he bought Ableton, like that was it.
Like, all right,
like, now I'm financially invested, so I got to do this, you know, and so. But I mean, I think believing in yourself is a big thing, you know. You just having faith, you know, just trusting yourself, trusting your skills, and it'll come with time, you know. But it's definitely a production scene, so that's where I'm trying to go with this, you know. I'm just trying to put out music, you know. I've dropped a few songs, you know, just self-released and just trying to get myself out there as a producer, you know. And but I mean, they're nothing crazy, you know. I mean, I enjoy them, just probably because I made them. I know a few friends that enjoy them as well, you know, but they haven't really gone anywhere, you know. Like I haven't made money. I think my TuneCore, I got like $6 in there. But it's cool, but like
old 0.0003 per stream or whatever it is.
Exactly. So, but I mean, that's my goals now, man. It's just get to the point where I can produce, you know. Hopefully, like I want to get to the point to where I'm at a song a week. And like I really want to. I'm hopefully it'll be 2024 for me. I mean, it just depends how the rest of this year goes for production. If I really get where I want my music to be, but I want to drop a song a week for a year. So that's my goal. You know, I want to call it Early Bird Gets the Worm every Monday morning. You know, start the week off fresh. And
that's what exactly what I've been doing, man. I had that talk with Christian, and I was just like, you know, man, I feel like weekly I have to achieve at least half a song, or
at least
start something or finish one, or what, because I have a bad habit of I just pile up projects.
That's exactly me. I probably have 60-70 whips, you know, that are just not done. It's easy to start them, but it's hard to finish them, you know. And like, and I think the reason I don't finish them either is just because like I struggle with mixing and mastering, you know. I struggle with the ending of songs, you know, and like it's easy to make, you know, the little loops and stuff, you know, but getting it all to sound quality and sound good, and then it's just it's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard. And
it is.
We're getting there. You know, inching my way across. So
for sure. I kind of feel like I got a little bit of that that advantage because, you know, when you start production really early, and I went to school for it all and everything.
And you said you were in band and stuff as well. You play instruments and stuff. Like I think the only instrument I've ever played was like the accordion in 4th grade or whatever. Because like I
wanted accordion so bad, man. It's like one of the instruments I would love to learn how to play. But you know, and I feel like there's a lot of people out there, you know, who have that kind of like training professional thing, you know. And I think the best advantage that you have is that you have a lot of friends already in the scene that are producing everything.
Exactly.
So I would say, dude, like collab with people. And
that's my biggest goal right now, man. It's just like, I mean, I'm not trying to like steal your guys' talents, you know, skills, you know, but like it's a team effort. I feel like in a way, you know, like we're all just trying to put San Diego on the map, and so like it's very helpful for me for sure. You know? But like it just came down to like I never really had time for anything else. You know? I was fully committed to baseball. You know, I was playing 11 months out of the year for 10 years straight. You know, and so like it was just. That was my life, you know, and that's why I'm kind of taking this step. And that's why I said I still feel like I'm in kindergarten T-ball area, you know, 4 or 5 year old, whatever it may be. But like, I just want to be able to pursue what I want to do, but I don't know what else I'm good at, you know, because I've only tried one thing really. And that was baseball, you know, like I've never committed my time, my efforts, my urge to anything else, you know? And so slowly but surely, like I keep saying, you know, but like, it's just, I want to know what else I'm good at, you know? So I'm just taking those chances, you know, I'm young. Why not? You know? Well, and
you know, that's good that you do have like a background in something that, you know, you're really committed to, because then, you know, the the work ethic and what it takes, and it
100%.
transfers to other aspects of life. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of people don't understand is, they might get so caught up on one thing, but they fail to realize that
perseverance is a big word I use,
like,
adversity, like it's just, you got to keep going, man. You know, it's good days, bad days, ups, downs, highs, lows, but it's a process, and you got to work,
Emotional control.
Yeah. I'm a big believer, and it's all about what you do when no one's watching, how hard are you willing to work for yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like not trying to like sell something or just impress other people. Like how hard are you willing to work for yourself? How much do you love yourself? Like if you're really about it and you really want it, like you'll do it for you. You know what I'm saying? Like even though of course it's for the people, it's like you'll do it for you, because you want to, not because you have to. Yeah. So it's a process, but
definitely. Well, cool. Let's talk about that one show at Avenue where we first met. That was a good one.
That was really fun. I like Avenue, honestly. It's definitely like underground vibes, I like the little tunnel aspect. But Avenue was cool, man. Shout out to Romy for having us. Romy's a cool guy. I actually met him. We played another like underground show in downtown. I actually filled in for a buddy. I used to DJ up in Orange County.
Okay.
And he couldn't make the shows. He asked me if I would go play, and I was like, yeah, man, I'll be there. And then that's how I met Romy. Romy's USBs actually were corrupted. So
really, oh man.
Yeah, so like he had to use my computer, and we were talking it up then. That's kind of how we got off pretty well, and made a quick little relationship. And then
cool.
Yeah, so but Avenue's fun, man. I have a good time there for sure.
Yeah. We're actually gonna be there this when the episode drops, it'll be Wednesday, but we're gonna be there this Friday. Coming up doing a label takeover night. So
Angry Dog's gonna be there.
So we're kind of hoping that's kind of like what we're trying to go for is whoever we start signing onto like tracks and we want to bring them on and showcase and show.
That sounds cool, man. Congrats, dude.
So
you're making traction, dude. It's picking up because you started the label this year, right?
This year was oh my god, February, I think.
Yeah, dude. Time's flying, man.
Yeah, man. It's
you guys have put out a good amount of records already too.
It's a lot of
flavor.
Work.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, for sure. Who does your guys' artwork?
So it's kind of us, but then we kind of use like an AI thing to go with it. So we have ideas, and we'll put it in this thing, and then we'll spit it out, and then we'll kind of edit it ourselves and put it back, and it's kind of like,
I dig the idea, man. It's cool. It's super cool, man.
And that's kind of what we were going for. Like everybody's got like a designated artist or what, but we could not find anybody that would like.
Be committed to it.
We did a couple test ones, and we spent like $100 on these, little drawings and everything, and then we get them, and we're just like, nah. Dude, it's just not it. And I couldn't imagine spending $100 every time to not get what we're wanting, So we kind of did some research, and we figured out like, oh, hey, maybe we could just try this, and we're hoping eventually, we could find somebody that,
will want to do that.
Yeah, that we could pay and
100%.
kind of support them and return.
It's just a lot of those guys too, like they're looking for traction too, So like with time it'll come for sure, But no, it's cool. It's NFT vibes for sure. I like it, I like
and that's the thing. It's working, and everybody seems to enjoy the idea so far. So
it's cool, man. You guys are doing good.
Proud of you guys, man. Appreciate it. So that's kind of the goal, is we're wanting to kind of spread the love and showcase people that we're signing and actually show them the support.
We all appreciate it, man. It's helpful. Self-releasing is not easy.
It's
not
hard.
easy at all.
It's hard. I mean, it's with labels, and and we didn't really know what it I don't want to say what it took. We're all like very in it and passionate about it and everything, but the whole business aspect side of it, like, the contracts, and then, because we're investing in like promotion and,
and it's just all you guys right now, too, right? And then you're trying to juggle all this as well. You're a busy man, dude. You're a busy man,
All day, man. We're calling back and forth like, oh, hey, we need to get this to this guy, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, like we said, it's to quickly pick up at this pace, to see that it's receptive. We knew that because, let me back up. When we first started, we were kind of like, there's something missing, like down there, like there's a lot going on in LA. There's some things going on in San Diego, but it's not as prominent. So we're like, we kind of wanted to fill in this gap, like there's a circle, there's a peg that's missing, we got to fill,
100%. Missing a puzzle piece.
And I feel like we've kind of been affirmed properly, because I guess we were right, you know, like
Yeah.
there is something missing and people are being really open and receptive to us. So we're you know, thank you everybody. We're super super thankful for the response so far. But
it's awesome, man. It's awesome.
we're mainly excited just to kind of, you know, pull everybody together and just kind of, you know, make like,
Yeah.
I don't want to say like
almost build the team, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what they are, you know?
Exactly.
Like, especially all these big labels, you know? I mean,
Yep.
Dirty Bird's probably my favorite out there, you know?
For sure.
Shout out Claude, but
Yeah.
they just, like, they got a solid team, you know? Like, they
Yep.
roll together. They got Dirty Bird Camp, you know? Like,
Yep.
they can throw their own shows and stuff, you know? And, like, you're basically doing the same thing. You guys
Yeah.
got one at Avenue this week. And
For sure.
It's cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
It's
you
going to
know?
be fun. Yeah. And like I said, I'm excited to get, do you have anything on Spotify right now or is it SoundCloud?
So I have one song on Spotify,
Okay.
but like I've only used TuneCore to upload, and like I said,
Yeah.
I've self-released everything. And
Okay.
so my second track that I posted, I only have 2 tracks like on Apple Music, Spotify. My other
Okay.
one it was a remix, and so I just left it on SoundCloud. I didn't want to have to deal with any
Yeah,
copyright or anything, you
Not
know.
even
So
more, yeah.
yeah, so
Don't
I was
even
just like,
bother.
yeah, I just made it a free download, you know. It's on SoundCloud, but like
Okay.
yeah, for some reason, like it posted through like another account, and so it's kind
Ah.
of missing off there. And I just
Okay.
never went back to troubleshoot it all. It's just like whatever.
We'll
you
have
know?
to figure that out
Yeah.
before your
Yeah.
before your thing.
For sure. Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, like I said, I'm just not really in tune with computers. You know, like I've
Yeah.
never been that technological guy. You know, and so
Mhm,
I'm kind of teaching myself as I'm learning things.
Yeah.
You know, and so I try to watch tutorials and stuff. You know, but
Yeah.
it's just it is. I don't know. I'm kind of a believer like we're all trying to reach this one prize in like the middle of the forest, you know, and like there's
Yeah.
already paths you can get there to walk, but like I just feel like I'm trying to carve my own,
Yeah.
you know, like I want to sit there with an axe and chop through the trees myself. You
Job's
know?
done.
Yeah, and like especially with production, you know, like I watch the basics, you know, and the little
Mhm.
things and commands and all that, you know,
Yeah.
but like I know a little bit of theory, not much, you know, like I don't really want to study it. I feel
Yeah.
like I don't know, like Kate Trinata, you know, like he makes a lot of stuff off music theory, you know,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
got little, and it's funky, you know, like I like the
Yeah.
funk, you know, and
Mhm.
like, and so I just feel like if I just take a different approach to it, that
Yeah.
might find my sound, you know, whereas
Yeah.
if I just keep following tutorials, like I'm just going to sound like everyone else,
Yep.
you know, and so I don't know, and that's my thing. I'm trying to get really get into sound design, but
Yeah.
that's a whole nother ball game too, you
That's-
know.
that's
and
hard,
it's hard, man. It's production is just insane. It's
know-
honest. I never realized how what's the word, like
Intricate.
yeah, like it's crazy.
Vast.
Yeah, like just ruthless, I
Yeah,
guess, you know,
yeah.
like there's a lot that goes into it, man.
There
A
is.
lot, especially just for quality of sound, you
Yep.
know, and like that's where I struggle the most. I bounce my files and it just don't sound the same as
Yeah.
it does in the studio, you know.
Mhm.
And those damn compressors.
It's hard. I know, right? Yeah. It's all the room shape and design. Like I could show you how kind of this room works with the sound because like the bass is heavier over here. You can't hear it here. You know,
for sure.
the
Yeah.
highs are too loud. It's just
yeah,
it's so much.
yeah.
But
Like professional studios are crazy. There's a lot
Yeah.
of thought that goes into those things, man.
Oh, yeah.
a lot of science too.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound waves are real. They exist.
oh yeah. Well, I like Phaser Control in San Diego, the one I did my internship out of.
Yeah.
There in that entire studio, there's no 90-degree angles. Like
Yeah, nothing.
everything is shaped exactly how like it was meant to be shaped to create.
It's, so
It's
sick.
such a
It's
trip.
So sick. Yeah, it's so sick.
Yeah.
Expensive, but sick.
Yeah, yeah. They spent like $1 million
Oh, I
on
believe
just
it. Yeah,
getting
yeah.
it. I'm like, oh man,
It's crazy. Yeah,
that's a hefty credit
But
card
I mean,
bill.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, you get quality out of it. You know,
Exactly,
and that's
yeah.
what people are looking for. Quality.
Yeah, and then you know, and then when it comes to theory, you know, because I did jazz and I jazz band.
You've done a lot of different genres. Yeah. So like, what's your take on it? Like,
you know, my take. I've never really been like the mathematical. Like I've always been into computers and all that stuff, but when it came to like the theory stuff, it just like I understand it.
yeah.
But I don't think like that.
No,
like
100%.
so for example, when I'm doing like a solo on the saxophone or something, like I just know what key we're in and I just play the notes based off like more of like a feel thing. I've always been
100%,
more
yeah.
of like that creative feel rather
Yeah, like
than
when I'm in my DAW, I produce with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
You know, I sit there and I scroll through everything with my eyes
Yep.
closed and what sounds and feels right. You
Yeah.
know? I don't care what it looks like as long as
Exactly.
it feels right. You know, like,
For sure.
That's how I approach my things.
Yeah.
You know? And so like, yeah, like when I'm scrolling or playing certain things, like my eyes are closed.
Yeah.
I'm just what feels right.
Well, and you know, and sometimes there's advantages to doing it both ways, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but I think when you go off of feel, you kind of get a better connection with your audience because then you know, like, okay, this feels good, this
feels
sounds
good, yeah.
good, rather than, oh, well, this note should be on the fifth root of this note and blah, blah, blah. And then,
Yeah.
audience members, they might be like,
I should say too, like 90% of your crowd's not a DJ producer.
Yeah,
10%
exactly.
probably. Yeah, but
Yep.
90% of them are just there to have fun,
Then-
have a good time. Vibe out. And so.
Then 1%'s over analyzing your set.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Every
like
transition.
those memes, like when you're at the club and you're just watching what the it's just like I've been there before. Trust me, but
for sure.
I've learned to loosen up a little more and just be
I just try to have fun with it.
Yeah.
Like if I'm having a good time, I'm sure everyone else is.
That's what matters.
So
That's what matters.
just don't stop the music.
No, yeah, exactly.
That's what everyone goes.
I know, right? Oh my god, like my set at Bloom. Remember when the decks cut off? And do you remember that at all? When
I was there.
It was like at my last song, and I go to transition the last one, and the whole system just completely shut off on me.
I don't know. I might have been in the bathroom, honestly.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, the whole
everything just
cut. Yep,
damn.
All faders were up. The levels were going. It was spinning. There was nothing coming out. And I was up there for like a minute, just going. What happened?
So what not say? What did he do?
I don't know. He came up and he was like, "What's going on?" And I was just like, "Dude, I honestly have no idea because I loaded the track I was playing onto one of the other decks just to see, and it still wasn't going." So I was like,
"That's weird."
Like I don't know if
maybe
it like
cable came loose in the back
shorted or something, but he was just kind of like twisting, but just doing like the random, and then all of a sudden just like it just came back on. And he was like, "All right, man." I'm like, "Well, what happened?" He's like, "Don't worry about it. It's good." I'm like,
"Just keep going."
Like, whatever, dude. So that was a trip. That was the first time something like that's ever happened to me.
That's always sucks though too. It's just TDs, technical difficulties. It's like there's nothing you can do. It's just part of technology. Like stuff happens.
Well, I've had difficulties, playing the saxophone in the band, but if something cuts out, we're still live instruments, so you can kind of like just play louder, Yeah, but when it comes to this, it's like it's out, man. It is out, dude. Like
especially when you're in the club and Bloom bumps.
Yeah,
there's some big speakers in there, so but nothing you can do about that. Stuff happens.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Well, and then Jason. Apparently, Christian told me that the last time he was there, like the same thing happened. It just like shorted out.
Yeah, I still haven't played there. I hope to get in there soon.
Yeah. Oh no, that was definitely one of my favorite shows.
Cool.
I've
Yeah.
done.
It was fun.
It was
you
good.
Killed that. It was a good time. It was a good
appreciate
time.
it, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you being there
of
too.
Course,
yeah.
Always. I'm always trying to support. Always.
Definitely.
I love the music. Always there to vibe. So.
Yeah, Bloom was cool. I met Not at a shelter.
Okay.
In Sanitas that we did, and that was a cool one. It was a smaller place, but it's a cool layout because it's like a 4-corner. It's like a box, and the roof opens up and everything. That's pretty. They couldn't open the roof because it was freezing, but they had a speaker in all 4 corners, so it kind of makes this surround sound.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, and you're just right in the center. And
I haven't been up there yet. I don't think I've done much up in North County, honestly, but
yeah, it's cool. I think that's like the one kind of club EDM place
up there
in
that area.
And
it looks fun. It looks pretty intimate, which is nice. I like intimate spots.
Yeah, and it's more of a tech minimal place, I'd say. Yeah. I mean, I was playing straight bass. I'm like, this is what I do, so I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, it kind of sucks to have limitations though. But I mean, like, I don't know. I any sort of house is cool for me.
Yeah,
I love it all. But like, you got to do what you got to do. If that's your brand, that's your brand. I mean. And you didn't open up either, so right?
Yeah, no.
Toe open,
Toe open, yeah. That was when I met him for the first time.
I mean, as long as you weren't warming it up,
Yeah,
go for it.
Straight bass. Yeah. Let's go. Let's get this rolling.
Yeah.
I really learned to appreciate the minimal stuff. Honestly,
there's a lot of hidden elements, and like a lot of people don't notice that. It's so repetitive. It's so repetitive. I'm like, just listen.
Exactly.
You really gotta listen.
Gotta feel it. Yeah.
And like I think Mochak, he does a real good job with like the minimal and what he does, because he's always expressing everything. And he kind of said that in a podcast with Will Clark that I was watching, and he says like a lot of people don't hear that, and so but like if I can give them a visual of it, they kind of hear it. You know what I'm saying? And so
that's smart.
That's why that's kind of how he blew up. Is just TikTok doing some crazy dance moves on stage, just to show the little noises and stuff. And, But I don't know. I appreciate it. I mean, late night driving, that's probably like what I'm listening to, like some deep house and stuff, but. There's a lot of cool elements in those songs, but a lot of people it's hard to play in the club though. It is. But
going up to these Blind Tiger events recently, I'm like, maybe I'll make a little minimal 2-song EP or something because it's funny because it is more chill, but I feel like the minute you get on like those really big then you can really hear all those,
for sure,
especially like the bass and
Yeah.
you kind of just feel like the different.
I think the best song I've made so far is Minimal. And again,
sure.
it was simple, like it's not too many
It
tracks
works.
and everything just fit together nice, everything worked, nothing was clashing, like it was just it was chill, and it's probably like the best production song I've made yet, you know, and like I was happy with it, and like that's when I bounced and it still sounded good in the car, I was like, okay, maybe this is
fine. Yeah, there we go.
maybe it's a minimal wave,
Exactly.
But it's hard to play, especially when you're playing 11 p.m., 12 p.m. slots, it's hard to just come out. And especially if the guy before you was playing some good songs, you can't just kill the vibe, You got to keep it going. So
for sure.
But it always depends, where you're at, where you're playing, what you're doing, Like like if I played like a 5 a.m. set sometime in the future, like I'd probably play some minimal, like some sunrise vibes, like
that's a hard. I was talking about that yesterday. I'm like, dude, that's got to be just a rough set time.
Yeah, like
man.
a crazy afters. Yeah,
might as well just sleep the whole night, wake up at 3 to get.
Yeah, one of my first shows, I used to do a lot of underground stuff, like out in San Bernardino, like when I first started, when I first started getting into clubs, I guess, you know. But we did like there's a spot like in the mountains, kind of it's like a rave cave, and like they gave me a 4 to 5 a.m. time slot. But the guys that played 3 to 4 actually didn't show up, so they bumped me up to 3 to 4. But still, it's hard, like people have been there for a long time. I think this show started like from like 6 to 7 was the first set, so people have already been there almost 12 hours, and it's like what do I play now,
I know, right?
But
what hasn't been playing since 6,
Yeah, and of course I wasn't there at 6, I was actually up north. I flew in that same day just to come play that.
Dang.
My bad. But like that was like my first experience, just really underground shows, it's like desert rave type things. But it was cool. I think it was a great learning experience, It gave me experience on bigger decks, CDJs and stuff like that, and then once I got to the club scene, I felt a little more comfortable, if I just would have went my first gig on CDJs in the club, I'd have been like, oh shit,
Dude, my first time, like I've had that, it kind of mimics the CDJs
for sure,
but
at least more than like the DJ,
I went to Guitar Center and I dropped too much just to rent them. I can't believe how much they are to rent those things. It's like $800.
Yeah, I used to do the same thing. Yeah, just to practice a little bit.
Dude, I'm like, I have to. I'm glad I did, because when I showed up, I had a couple problems, and I was like, okay, I know what to do, because
you know how to troubleshoot a little bit.
If I didn't, dude, I would have been like,
I wish we had like a Pirate Studios in San Diego. Pirate up in LA. You just rent out like a room for like an hour, like $30 or whatever. We don't have anything like that. Not that I know of, at least in San Diego. But I think it would be cool.
I know there is one place, but it's all Denon. They have like so it's I've
never even mixed on them, but it's still different though. You go on that and you go back to Pioneer, and it's like it's not the same.
It's definitely,
especially if you're analyzing through Record Box.
It's
not going to come out the same. Your wave files are going to look different. Cue points probably won't be there. Stuff like that.
That's just a whole nother set of
exactly.
I mean, you might as well just be on the industry standard if you're going to be doing.
And that's kind of like what I realized in the beginning, because like I had some buddies that were using Serato and stuff, and I was like, well, if I really do what I want to do, like every club's basically Pioneer, and if they're not, they're probably not doing something right, and so I was just like, I'm gonna go Record Box Pioneer and try to stick with it, just so I know the ins and outs of everything. So when stuff like that does happen, I can troubleshoot a little bit, Like my first club gig, actually, I didn't even analyze my tracks, the Record Box correctly. So I pulled up and none of my wave files would load, So I was just playing as it was loading,
Oh my god!
Just trying to beat match the best I could, just with my ears, I had no wave files at all, So
stress.
But knowing your music helps, And so, but. Yeah, it was a little difficult for sure. It's definitely much easier to have some wave files. That's for sure.
Definitely, Well, and I think there used to be a place down there. It's like right when I started, I think they went out of business. I honestly can't remember the name, but I think because it wasn't as popular.
Maybe we should do a Angry Dog studio.
Yeah, I know, right?
Something going. But
all of a sudden it's like blowing up, so maybe it might start coming around again.
Yeah, I know like a lot of my friends that DJ like up in OCLA area, like they spend a lot of time over there, and like it's a good place to go practice, and you can take 4 or 5 homies, you guys all split the price, and stay in there for a couple hours, everyone throws down a set, and it's nice, because you're not breaking your bank just to practice, and like of course everybody has a mixer at home, but like the club gear's different, man. It's way different. You got way more options, everything's bigger, maneuvering, how you're getting to your tracks, like it's all different, and so like you said, renting from Guitar Center, I've done that probably 4 or 5 times. They probably have made almost $2,000 off me just from rentals, and it's like, damn, dude. Like,
they're laughing. They're like, man, these
real.
guys are getting
like,
suckered.
You want to pay the $200 for insurance just in case anything happens? I'm like, well, yeah, because these are $3,000 a piece, and it's
crazy.
like, I don't want to pay that either, you know. I mean, of course, I'd love to have a set of CDJs, but like it's just you need at least 12 grand.
Car payment, yeah.
Three at least 9,000 to have two CDJs and a mixer,
Crazy.
you know, DJM like.
Yep.
So
and that's for the old version.
Exactly. Yeah. Not even the new ones, you know. Yeah. Now they got like what 8 channels on the new one or something. It's crazy.
I know. I think it's I think there's one. It's 6. But you know, my thing that I always kind of scratch my head and is like, who the hell is mixing 6 tracks like that?
Yeah,
like,
I know. I don't know. Like I maybe could think of like some rhythm artists or something, you know, like Cod Dubs or whatever, who's sitting there chopping everything crazy. But like, most DJs like nah. I mean. But unless you're using like external plugins or external MIDI instruments, you know, but like drum pads and stuff like that. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know why you need that, man.
I know. I honestly think it's a marketing gimmick. I think they're trying to be oh, look at us. We got a 6 channel. Everybody's going, oh, you know. And
it's like the iPhones, you know, 3 cameras.
Yeah,
now,
I know, right? It's like, well, what was wrong with the old one?
Exactly. But yeah, probably definitely a marketing scheme for sure. But I mean, I'm thankful for Pioneer. They make nice stuff. Just gotta take care of it, you know. But it always sucks to pull up too, and like when we played at Avenue that night, you know, and like effects wasn't working.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
And I didn't know why, but I had no idea how to troubleshoot that, you know. But like,
well, the first time I was there, my headphones weren't working either, and I told them like, yeah, dude, my headphones like the jack was messed up or something. It was fixed the next time I was there, so I was like, oh, maybe.
Yeah, you know,
but it's only coming out of one side. I'm like, what is going on over here?
It's blowing your left ear out.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I notice even mixing on bigger speakers, you know, is, you know, back to the practicing thing, it's essential because you could be mixing at home. You're like, oh, this sounds great. And then you get in the, you know, you get in the club and it's like you're hearing things that you couldn't hear, like the high ends, like just piercing. You're going, holy crap, like, whoa, you know, let me tame that a little. It's,
I mean, I shouldn't crank the highs that much.
No, exactly. Yeah.
No,
I always turn them down. I'm like, dude, I got to, you know, mixing them in, crank it down.
That's probably one of my favorite things, though, is just swapping lows on big speakers. You know, just boom, boom.
Bam, the whip
right back in.
Yeah,
it is. It's the best, dude. It's a good feeling. For sure, yeah.
For sure. Well, any, let's see, any closing remarks you want to give? Anything to look out for?
I don't know. I just kind of wanted to give, like, my full take on music, I guess. Just, like, music's always been there for me, you know? Like, it's been there for the good times, the hard times, the bad times, you know, before games, after games, with my friends, by myself, you know? Like music is universal, man. It's a language for me for sure, and like it definitely has helped me through a lot, you know. Like, and I just hope everyone that is in the scene and like as a fan, family, friends, whatever, you know, like I hope they feel the same way, you know. Like just it's all for us, you know. It brings us together, you know. And like a lot of my friends from back home, like that's how we all kind of get together again. Is they all come down to my show, you know. And like I love to see everyone again, you know. It's awesome, but like. Super thankful for everybody, thankful for the support, you know, thankful for everything you guys do for me. I couldn't do without them, you know. So I'm thankful for a lot of the new friends I met and everyone helped me out and trying to get on this journey, you know. So
absolutely,
hopefully just keep swimming, you know. Shout out Dory, and then, but just got to keep going, man. Just got to keep going. But yeah, stoked for the future, man. Stoked for the future.
Good stuff. Well, where could they all follow you at? What's the
so you know my place? Instagram, it's 3_ BURD 3_ Those are my wings. You know,
okay. Once again, man, the name creeping its way in there.
Yeah, Instagram, Twitter, and then SoundCloud, BURD all caps. Sweet. So yeah.
Right on, man.
Yes, sir.
I'll put all Bird's links down in the description in the bio. Be sure you check him out, give him a follow. Stay tuned for the shows. He really brings the house down, man. It's I'm telling you, thanks, man, that Nova set, I was like, oh, dude, this is great, man.
Yeah, it was a great. Maybe that mix is actually pretty popping on SoundCloud. I think almost have 5,000 plays on it.
I saw that. Yeah, I'll turn it on occasionally.
Hell yeah! Thank you for the support, bro. Hell yeah, thank you.
Of course. So, well, cool, guys. This episode will be it's be dropping on this Wednesday.
Perfect. Yeah.
If you're in the San Diego area this Friday, we're gonna be doing an Angry Dog takeover at Avenue. Show starts at 9.
Be there, be square.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great time. Yeah, man, if you can make it out, that'd be
awesome. I actually have my little bro's birthday on Saturday, but I'll come through for a little bit for sure.
Just let me know.
I just gotta drive back home, so
put you on the list. And we'll get you in there.
Greatly appreciate it, man. Yes, sir. Sir. Yeah, shout out to Banyan. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See you guys Wednesday.
Yeah. Sweet. All right, guys. Well, have a great day. Appreciate the support I've been getting, and be sure you follow Bird on all these platforms, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yes, sir. Peace out.